Hello, I'm Chris, this is Gross Models, and welcome to my sneak peek at the next generation of the 30 Days Lost in Space. Now, you may remember a couple of years ago, I did a series of 30 or 31 videos of the Lost in Space adventure kit. Now, the company that did this have produced or are in the process of producing Adventure Kit 2.0. So this was the Lost in Space box. The Adventure Kit 2 is a little bit bigger. They don't know what to call it yet. This is a beta pack of the majority of what's going to be in the upcoming kit. There are some other things that they're going to add to it that they haven't prepared yet, where they're going to be sending them out. They haven't actually got any courses or anything provided for it as yet, but I've got in quick. I've ordered it, so we'll have a look and see what's in the box, and then we can not so much figure out, but we'll work out what we can do with it as we get on with the build. It's just a box full of bags, basically. The one thing that isn't ideal for me is the power supply for it. It's obviously an American company. It comes with an American power supply. Not a problem. I can always, find a normal UK version of that. That's no trouble at all. But something that won't work out the box if you're an international user. So in here we have lots and lots of lovely stuff. Easy. I can identify some of it. We have a keypad, which is a nice soft membrane type thing, obviously with buttons for each of the keys. A, B, C, D can be used in any number of things that require a keypad input. We have a sticker, which is the resistance band colors for resistors, and obviously lots and lots of resistors in various different sizes. Well, it looks like we've got 10K, 2K, other things in there, but we'll figure out what they all are by using the resistor code as and when if you need to. We've got some cables, a big ribbon cable and bundle of other cables of a couple of different lengths, obviously for sorting out and pinning things onto the breadboard. The breadboard is under here somewhere. We've got one nice large breadboard. Also in here, I did notice we have a smaller breadboard. And on top of this, which I'm not entirely certain what that is a third tiny breadboard. This seems to be like a soldering board that you can, it actually says on there, Arduino Mega Prototype. So this has got a reset button on it and things. I don't know. Let's open it up and have a look. I haven't actually opened any of these bags as yet. But let's have a look. Obviously backed on foam, so the pins aren't going to stop things. Right, yes. So this is designed to fit onto one of the boards. Obviously the Arduino Mega board. And it's for prototyping things. You can connect things onto the sockets, into the pins, and you've got a reset button, a couple of lights on there as well. So that will be useful if you're making stuff. And obviously a separate reusable breadboard for things in there as well. So let's set that back in there. There are included in the kit two boards. We have the Arduino Mega, which is obviously USB compatible. You plug it in, you program it, and then it acts as a computer in its own right. And that is obviously the shaping to go around on top of that for when you need to connect things into it. Also included in the pack is somewhere another one. We have somewhere, I saw it there. We have this, which is the Pico. I want to say Pico. I can't quite read it through the bag there. I'm not going to open that one. But that has a micro USB and obviously a reset button and chips on there, as well as connections for doing things. So that is, I believe, another programmable board. Although it might be that this is the programmable board. We've got another board there, which again has got USB on it and various connections and things on there. We've got another. Now this is a different one. This has got USB on, normal size USB on there, and power in. That might be the nano type thing. It's HW 131 by the looks of the labelling on that. It's all programming stuff. This, I know what that is. This is an RFID card and it's like a couple of connections that need to be soldered onto there and a key fob for wireless entry to places and stuff like that. You can program your own. We've got here a selection of LEDs and a controller on there by the looks of it. The ribbon cable, A, B, C, and D labelled on there. We've got a matrix of LEDs ready to be lit up in shapes and patterns and things. Really interesting stuff. We have a giant, I believe an LED also, but a ball-shaped output. Again, with connections, chips, and capacitors on there. We have a relay for powering bigger devices. Another chipboard, which I don't have a clue what that one does. It's got lots of things written down on the pin there. Don't know what that is, but we'll get told about it in the course. We have a motor. I know what that is. We've got the cable for connecting the boards. We have another board here, level 3.3 power, 3.66 volts state. This is another programmable type board. It's got that. I think this might be the one that does Wi-Fi. There's meant to be a Wi-Fi board in there. We have a remote for operating things. We've got a display. By the looks of that, it's I think that's a single color, like a blue light display for lighting things up on there. We've got another motor, smaller motor. We've got a fan, which will just pop onto the motor and make a fan. We've got a servo, so that's a positional motor. You can just rotate it to certain degrees. Used in radio controlled stuff for cars and steering and things, which is interesting. We've got a power supply that I can use for a 9-volt battery. What have we got here? This is a microphone, useful for other things. We have this, which looks like a different type of microphone, perhaps a unidirectional microphone. I think that one was said to be. This one with slightly bent pins, which isn't a problem, is a 7-segment LED. We've got an ultrasonic sensor. I'm aware of that from the R2 build. What else have we got here? Potentiometer for, again, an input for knobs and things. We have a joystick input, which has obviously got 2 directions and a clicking button as well, just like on Xbox controllers and that sort of thing. What else is there in there? We have this, which is, I have no idea. Is that a light sensor? No, I have no idea what that is, but it's ready to go. We have a 4-part 7-segment LED. We have this, which is a 1.3-inch TFT. Oh, this is the RGB display. A bit smaller than the display on the other one, but full color. It's going to be very nice playing around with that and getting some nice graphical displays up on there. We've got another board of things that need some pin soldering to them. Another board that does something else. Oh, this is the IR receiver for the remote. So you can operate that. That's, again, I'm aware of that from things like the X-Wing. I know what that is. We've got this, which is another like a mini breadboard on there. That's interesting. That's just for connecting other things to things. This is a moisture sensor. So that will tell you when these contacts are made by water touching against them. And finally in here we have a battery holder, again, for powering other things. Looks like you can just put a battery in there, a lithium type battery in there, and that will do that. We've got that, I don't know what that is. That's part of the case that's broken off. A box full of other things. Various different things in here. We've got, does it say what that is? Remove seal after washing. I don't know what that is. I don't know why it needs washing. Looks like probably either a speaker or a microphone. Probably a speaker by the look of that. Another one there that's very similar. A couple of other things there and knobs and things. Oh, these are, again, the potentiometers. So you can put the knob in the top there and easily adjust the resistance of that. A couple of chips. I don't know what kind of chips they are, but they look lovely. Diodes by the looks of those. LEDs, obviously, as well, capacitors of various sizes. Looks like a 3-color LED there as well. And that looks like a photo cell. Yep, a couple of photo cells, so you can measure light input. And some buttons. Nice to have buttons and things that are falling out for other compartments. So that is the pack. I've got to see if it all fits back in the box now. But yeah, lots of interesting stuff that can potentially be used for, well, anything you like, basically. I'm actually going to see if I've got a bigger box that I can put this in a little bit neater. But yeah, the course itself is under creation. And being a beta tester now, I can help them with suggestions and things as to what we might like to learn about and what we're going to do. I think the intention is to have this as an ongoing thing for many years to come. You've got enough bits in here to build, I won't say anything, but lots of different things. So they're going to be building courses around it. I think in the same idea as the Lost in Space. So there'll be a theme and a story. But first of all, they're going to start teaching us about the different units, which is lovely because I know very little about most of these units. So I would like to know what some of them are. And as things progress and as we learn things about them, I shall make short videos about, what each of them are and go from there. So yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this quick look at the box, basically. As I said, there are some other things that they haven't included in the box yet because they just want to get these shipped out. But they're going to be supplying me with a few other things in the fullness of time. So I don't know when the next in this series is going to be. I shall try and make it exclusive to channel members and patrons first as well for a while. So yeah, I did enjoy doing the Lost in Space. I got very confused with a lot of the coding. This seems to be a lot more. It's going to be a lot of coding as well because there's all the the boards and things, the mega board and things like that. But there's going to be a lot more actual electronic components to play around with and figure out how to use. So that's more my sort of speed, I hope. So thank you very much for joining me on this. I hope you enjoyed it. Do let me know if you want more of this, less of this, anything else. And I shall see you very soon, hopefully, for the next and the first of the looking at things. But it might be certainly going to be a few weeks into the new year. But I'll see you for that very shortly. Thank you for watching. Stay safe. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye for now.